Hey guys, welcome back to the video. And this show we're gonna be covering is a little bit different. It's gonna be more comic book based, and this is gonna be based off of the Image Comics show Invincible. And for all those who don't know, I like this channel is a nerd content channel. We cover everything. We covered Zack Snyder's Superman. I still need to do a review for the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie that I've yet to really sit down and do, but I'll do eventually. But yeah guys, if you guys haven't been aware, Invincible is Image Comics production or series done by the dude who did The Walking Dead. He's amazing. He plays on the just how The Walking Dead plays on the zombie apocalypse aspect, and really kind of does it in a way that explains every little minute detail, like what happens when this kind of happens. Not just letting zombies take over and we're all fucked, but it's kind of putting in the how zombies come as a cause and the effect that has on humans. This show kind of does the same thing, along with kind of taken away from what Game of Thrones did. It's kind of a subversion of that very it's a subversion of the superhero trope of superheroes being these saviors that when they're around nothing can go wrong. When they're around, there's people who are gonna be saved. And Invincible kind of does a thing where let's put that in a realer aspect. Let's show what exactly happens to superheroes when they're around, and let's show exactly what happens when they don't make it in time, or when they're a little second late. And it really it paints that with the blood and gore in this series. And the series is already drawn fantastically. The animation, it's very nice. It's very it's not too shaded. It has a nice bright look, but with so much different things happening, it kind of makes you think wow, for a show that looks so upright, there is a lot of dark things happening. And we're gonna cover episodes 1 through 6, or 1 through 5. I think 1 through 6, 1 through 5. I caught up recently when I was in my LA trip, and I thought it'd be fun to do the series and talk about it and cover it, because I am a huge fan of the show now, and I'm loving it. But it starts the whole aspect of the show is about the Grayson family. It's Mark Grayson. He's the main character. He is invincible. That is who he is. He's the son of this world's Superman-esque character, Omni-Man, and his father is, I believe the name was Nick Grayson, or I don't remember the father's name. I am losing my head now, but we're gonna call him Omni-Man because essentially he is Omni-Man, and I think it's easier to paint him that way, and we'll just refer to people mostly by their superhero names. But yes, so it is the show kind of takes place with Invincible at the time, Mark, not feeling so super. He wants to be a superhero, but none of his powers are kicking in, and his dad's kind of basically saying you know what, I personally if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So be it. And of course, Mark is kind of down on his luck. He gets bullied. He's a kind of weird, he's not a weird kid, but he wants more, and he desires more. He desires to do what his dad did. And his of course, if you're the son of Superman, you would love to just want to be Superman as well. Eventually, we also get introduced to a lot of big world characters, their versions of the Justice League, and we see how they all cooperate, and also how Omni-Man is not a part of their league. In a sense, he's not part of their crew. He's doing his own thing. Eventually, Mark gets his powers, and Mark's whole aspect is very different when he learns his powers. He's so happy, he's so upright, and for Omni-Man, there's this kind of fear and this rage and this look in his eyes I don't want him to have powers. Omni-Man is a race kind of like the Kryptonians. I think they're the Killermites, or the Viltrumite. Yeah, Viltrumite. He's a Viltrumite, which is basically like a Kryptonian. Supposedly their whole goal is every time they get their powers, they go to other planets that don't have super powered hero beings, and they become their saviors. And he came to Earth, met the mom being I believe Vietnamese or some sort of Asian nationality woman and marries her, has Mark, of course, and explains that this is what they do. Now, the show starts off very bright, and then there's little dark turns here when Omni-Man teaches his son how to fight or like even fly. There's this kind of hardness with him, and when he actually punches his son with all he's got and like trains him and like kind of beats him around, Mark is kind of left, or Invincible's kind of left with this kind of feeling of like this hurts. And you know, there's some tender moments where Omni-Man's like, I'm doing this because I want him to be prepared. I don't want to send my son out there in a fight, and you know, worst case worse, he gets hurt or something. And then eventually, of course, Mark goes on his own, and he starts kind of, I wouldn't say trying to replicate that pain, but he starts being a little reckless with his powers, trying to stop villains, and it's just not working in the way that he would want it. Omni-Man eventually gives him the big talking to of like, I do this because I love you kind of stuff. Very gaslighting his whole family. It's kind of amazing. And kind of reassures the kid, you know, his son, like, I want you to be better, and it's kind of hard for me to see you do what I do because I don't want you to get hurt. Which, to a degree, I really do believe that Omni-Man kind of means this. Now, eventually the episode really ends with showing us kind of the suit that Invincible kind of wants and the name he wants to have, but it also shows us the Omni-Man's attacking their version of Justice League and killing all the members, and a lot of them put a fucking fight on him. Like, Jesus Christ, did they put up a fight? Like, they really ran through this guy, and we noticed that he called the emergency meeting. He tries to kill all of them, and then of course, the fight leaves him literally beaten and tethered. And all we're left to kind of assume, or all we're left to kind of gather, is when the government that sponsors their Justice League sees that they're all dead, they're only led to believe that somebody came in and attacked them and left Omni-Man alive, while a demon detective by Dark Blood sees this all as, no, this is too fishy. Why would somebody be called? Why would Omni-Man be called? He's not even a member of this crew. And it paints this very like story of what is Omni-Man doing and what is he really planning. Like, why is his character changed from this upright kind of American symbol to this almost like superior godlike being who sees himself above, like doing what this planet wants of him, or like he sees himself doing small figure stuff. Like, this small picture stuff isn't his thing. Big picture stuff is all he wants. While Mark is learning that, you know, trying to become big picture is more difficult than it is. They have to fight an alien race in the second episode. He does this along with their version of the Teen Titans, led by this robot character who's, I think his name is like Robot or something. I don't remember. But yeah, so the show goes really well with this. It shows us this, it shows us this kind of aspect of the world, and we really do see it because he sees it when he's trying to fight these villains, these alien races. That there's an old lady that gets hurt from him not knowing how to like fly and use his powers. He crushes her bones a lot. A lot of people are dying and getting killed right in front of him because he's taking forever to jump into action. There's a lot of stuff in this show that really kind of paints like, yo, you need to get your shit together. You really need to learn how to be a hero faster because there's lives at stake. Eventually, the government tells their version of the Teen Titans that, look, you guys need to be stepping it up because these aliens are coming. And then we get introduced to all those characters like Rexplode, I think his name is Robot, Duplicate, Eve, what is her name? I just remember her name is Eve, like something like Adam and Eve. She's basically like Starfire mixed with a lantern, kind of. And I think that's all the members of that team. Yeah, we get introduced to all of them like that. They all have their own way of doing things, and we're left to kind of be like, oh damn, so like this is what they leave for everybody else. And the government kind of is like, oh well, these are the like last kind of protectors. Invincible's, you know, he's talking to them inside and out. The show really tackles both his personal life and his superhero life, and I think that's what makes it so fun. Is we see him talking to the girl he has a crush on, and then also his new teammate girl, but she has a boyfriend, and so he's kind of like, it is what it is. And then of course he gets with this other girl, and she's kind of really feeling him because he took a punch and he didn't fight for her. He just took punches for her. The show is just so done well, and I feel like I would spend 30 minutes talking about it, but I feel like I should just run through it real quick and talk about stuff I do like. I love the fact that through this whole first couple episodes, Omni-Man is gaslighting his wife about everything that she has problems with in his story. All the holes in the story, she keeps questioning them, and he keeps gaslighting her, letting her know why this is not something she should be she should be involved in, why she shouldn't stick her nose into this business. And it's very manipulative, and it's leading me to believe that Omni-Man, his whole race, are not superheroes or these saviors of the world. They're more of these colonizers, these overlord kind of beings who, when they go to a planet that doesn't have this, they just shift into this colonizer mindset. And it really is looking like that, because the whole show kind of starts with Mark getting his powers. Mark becoming invincible triggers this in Omni-Man, that he has to do his plan. He has to colonize this world, or he has to prepare it for, at least I believe, his son. It's kind of giving me I'm trying to think of the movie with the fucking kid with the mask, where he's an evil version of Superman basically, and he's just fucking a monster. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like that horror movie, Brightburn. There you go, Brightburn. It's like Brightburn, except it feels like this is a mixture of that with the Superman story, where this kid is really gonna let loose, and he's gonna destroy everyone if he gets the chance to. Not get the chance to, but I feel like that's what his father's grooming him to. Another big parts of this I like is the relationship dynamics between him and Amber, and him and Eve. Eve wants him more than anything because Rex is a fucking scumbag, even though he's my favorite character. He's cheating around. The robot has a strange relationship with Monster Girl, and Monster Girl is not a real girl. She's actually a 25-year-old woman, but every time she shifts into her monster form, it cuts years off her life. So she was at one point Monster Woman, but she just losing everything. And the subplot with her and Robot involves villains that are adept at cloning, and I believe he's trying to clone himself a body, along with cloning her a body as well. I feel like that's where this is wanting it to go. But again, this is all big superhero subversions, because it seems like a lot of people fall victim to the amount of power that they have. Omni-Man, being this godlike being, is actually using it up to his degree and making sure that the people around him believe that he is a victim, along with showing the world that if I'm not here, your world can easily be destroyed. The government's part in understanding why did Omni-Man do this, because it's not so much them trying to find out who murdered their version of the Justice League, but it's they're trying to figure out why was Omni-Man the one who did it, and we need to let events play out so we can get the answers that we want. Along with, I feel like everyone has it's definitely like a storyline that would be in the Justice League or would be in the Avengers and be wrapped up at the end, but we never seen it so dark, and we've never seen everyone kind of know or have all these pieces to the puzzle so early. And I think that's what makes this show so good, is they're asking the questions and they're knowing information that we're getting all at the same time, and we're not like, oh, I can't, that's gonna hurt when they find out about this. No, they already know this. They're just trying to figure out why is why are these events proceeding. And it's just such an amazing show. I can't stress that enough. I enjoy Mark's character. I enjoy Omni-Man's character. I think they're written so well, and so almost too well, to the point where I'm really terrified on seeing where this is gonna go. I don't want Omni-Man to become this giant overlord. I hope it's something more like he can't control, but if it's something that out of his own choice, it is gonna make his character so much more dynamic, because we don't want him to make these decisions that we know are going to destroy his family. But at the same time too, it almost feels like this is a necessity. We don't know why Robot is doing what he's doing, allowing villains to escape and being so hard to Rex and trying to bond with Monster Girl so much. But at the same time too, we're so interested because it's, again, these are people using their powers that they have already. You know, they should be doing it for the greater good, and they're doing it for selfish reasons. They're doing it because it's their own curiosity. They want to see what's going on with Omni-Man. Omni-Man is, his whole thing is left in the dark. Robot Man has a seemingly weird relationship. Like, we're getting all these things all at once, and we're trying to figure out what the hell does this mean, what the hell is going on in the show, all while we're going with Mark's journey, trying to balance superhero life and balancing you know, everyday life. And I think with the most recent episode, like, it's kind of tragic that Mark or Invincible is led to believe like he's doing good, he's being a small-time superhero too, only to find out that he's being betrayed and he's being set up. And like, it's so interesting that all of this is happening in the show. Like, there's so much stuff that should be going one way, but it doesn't. And that's what makes the show so good, is it doesn't go the way you expect it to. And because it doesn't go the way you expect it to, you're left thinking, oh my god, like, they're going to, like, they're literally murdering him. There's a scene where they're ripping like out his stomach, kind of, for Invincible. Like, they're really cutting into him. One of the heroes who's fighting, trying to protect him, breaks his arm, and like, it is so just gruesome. It is so brutal. It is so bloody, and you can't help but think, oh fuck, this is fucking insane. Like, just when you thought this was gonna get a little lighthearted, it just fucking pulls the cloth under you, and it's a whole different story. Again, what the, like, this is just such an interesting show. The best thing I could tell anybody who wants to watch Invincible is just start with episode 1, and it's hard to stop after that, because there's so much good stuff. And one thing I really love is the tagline in Invincible. As it progresses through the show, it keeps getting covered with blood and blood and blood, and I am left to believe, thinking, you know what, is this gonna stay on the tagline for the longest time? But yeah, it is, and I think that's what makes the show so good, and that's what makes it so well. Anyways, guys, yeah, if you guys have any doubt on why you should or shouldn't watch Invincible, all I could say is it is great. It's almost like Game of Thrones for superheroes, if that makes kind of sense. Like, it really shows the nitty-grittiness of the superhero world. So definitely check it out. Let me know if you guys like it. This is your boy Poppy Bull saying peace out, man. I'll see you guys in the next video when we cover Invincible to a week-to-week basis. But for now, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. 1,000 subscribers.